Hello. Good evening, all. So we'll start most probably by 6:10. The students are still joining.
Right, Pallavi. Have you spoken to
Yes,
the
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
team from Ranchi?
Yes, sir. I already called him right now.
Got it. Okay.
Shinde?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Very much.
Okay.
Got it.
I have a problem with my laptop. Wi-Fi, therefore I'll be joining via mobile phone.
Done, sir. Done, sir.
Good evening, Vice Chancellor, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, Professor Nandimat, is he joining?
Yes, he's going to join.
Okay.
Shinde, you got the confirmation, right? Shinde?
Yes, sir.
You got the confirmation from Nandimat?
Yes, sir. Pallavi, just give a call there, sir, and also we'll cross-check.
Shinde?
Yes, sir.
I have joined through some other laptop. Is there VEC DSU?
No, but it is showing as Dr. KNB
Please
because you have
upgrade.
joined the same link.
Yeah, upgrade me to the panelist.
Okay. Pallavi? Ali, you're there? Ali?
Okay.
So since you are joined with the link that has been provided to you, you'll have the speaker, all the benefits of the speaker.
Thank you, Shinde. Thank you.
Yes. Professor Nandimat is not taking calls. Yeah, Pallavi, have you also made the Vice Chancellor as the co-host?
Yes, sir.
The sir has logged in with a different device.
VCDSU.
Yes, yes. And it's echoing from your end. Did you check with Nandimat, sir?
Yeah, I'm trying to reach.
Right, sir. So we are good to go. We are going live.
It's already late. Where's Arjun?
He's looking for universities, right? Maybe he's held up there.
You look so tense. By the way, did you get to choose the university?
No, I'm unable to find a university that meets my requirements.
Whoa. Meet your requirements? What exactly are you looking for?
I'm looking for a place that gives me an opportunity to grow, to excel, to invent, and to innovate. I want to be a part of an institution that paves my way to discover myself and to witness the world moving forward in technology. I want to go to a place that sets a futuristic pattern of education filled with ideas and radical performances. Basically, I want to live my dream.
Dayanand Sagar University. Live the dream.
Hello and good evening to everyone who is present virtually with us. Living the dream. That's all we want to. That's what we aspire to. And especially my friends, my fellow would-be law fraternity members, the law aspirants. What you're looking into is living your dream, and living your dream through the knowledge of law. Something brings all of us together here, and the commonality is law. And if I ask you, or rather if I may tell you, that despite being the commonality being law, how are we here? We are here because of a certain app known as the Zoom app. So probably is the technology which has brought all of us together under the single platform. Like I'm talking to you right now is through a laptop. You're listening to me, hearing me through your own personal devices. And therefore, we are talking about law through the podium of technology, if I'm correct. And I guess I am. And when you talk about law, which is an ever-changing and ever-dynamic subject, an area, it goes without saying that what is a law today might not be a law tomorrow. And what is not a law today might become a law tomorrow. And laws also transcends boundaries and are different from time to time, place to place, etc., etc. So the changing landscape of legal careers becomes a very important facet for any law aspirants to understand. And most importantly, so why? Because you're at the cusp of a change from school, that transition into a university to becoming a professional. And I use the word categorically professional is because of the reason, my friends, you who choose law are professionals, because it is a professional course. It is something which is very unique. So on that note, since you all of us are aware that you're talking about something regarding the changing landscape of legal careers, we'd bring into the fray at the very outset our very first speaker. Well, he's an eminent academician, a scholar par excellence. He has earned his academic credentials from the best of institutions, be it IISc Bangalore or PhD from IIT. Well, IIT, a name quite familiar, isn't it? Yeah, one of the best in the country, if not the best. And yes, with an overall experience in research, teaching, academia, training, industry, administration of spanning over more than 40 years, Professor Dr. K.N.B. Murthy has done it all. He's won numerous prestigious awards and honors to his name. He's a visiting fellow who has done a lot of work in parallel computing, visited places like New Mexico State University in the US, etc., etc. And so on that note, I think nobody better to set the context and tone for all you people who are thinking that, what to do, what to look into. Well, Professor Dr. K.N.B. Murthy, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Dayanand Sagar University, Bangalore. Sir, if you could kindly grace this online program.
Thank you, Professor Sovik. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible. Thank you.
Good evening. A warm welcome to all the aspirants of law program, my co-panelists, and also the organizing committee. A warm welcome to all of you to this info session. Dayanand Sagar University is a progressive and a proactive university, headquarters in Bangalore, has been conducting several webinars or info sessions to bring awareness among the aspirants of various programs of study. The objective of these info sessions is to give the information about a program of study so that the aspirants have the complete information to make an informed choice. As you are aware, the world is changing so dramatically. Before we join a program of study, it is necessary to get information, necessary to know about 4 interrelated or interdependent aspects before getting into a program study. The first aspect is the work environment. Second aspect is the career path. The third aspect is the program of study itself. The fourth one, the university or the institution where to pursue the program of study under consideration. When I talk about work environment, I'm talking about the work environment 4 years down the line, because 5 years down the line when you graduate. What would be the work scenario? What are the requirements of the individual to succeed in that work environment? Coming to the legal profession, it's been predicted that legal profession would be the most sought after profession of highest order in the coming years. It's the most prestigious professions in a country like ours, and of course, world over. One of the things that is being predicted is that the career opportunities in legal profession 4 years down the line will be numerous, are going to be abundant, for the simple reason that the lot more opportunities get created. That's one prediction that's been made as far as the work, future work is concerned. The second, there'll be a lot of disruption of the job scenario. In a sense, most of the existing jobs are going to be replaced by new age jobs. Therefore, the job opportunities will be much higher compared to what we have today. Majority of the jobs which are being carried out today, they get automated in the 4 to 5 years down the line. That's the prediction that's been made. There's other prediction that's been made with regard to the work scenario or the jobs is that technology will get into every walk of life, including legal profession. Therefore, the future requires every aspirant to have background of technology, background of the use of technology in the future of economy. In other words, reskilling, upskilling, and the transformational learning become very, very important. That is exactly what has been predicted about the future. A lot of job opportunities, and the existing jobs are going to be replaced by new age jobs, and technology is going to play a major role. Meaning, any aspirant who is going to as per a successful legal profession in the future needs to have the skill of technology and also know how the changes would happen. When we say technology, it's artificial intelligence, blockchain, several others. The second aspect I mentioned was the career path. Before you get to a program of study, you need to know what career path that you have in mind. One thing that's been indicated as far as the legal profession is concerned, the career opportunity for legal profession would be in the form of in a corporate, government, it could be litigation, it could be judiciary, several others. Each one of them will open up several other opportunities as well. That's what has been predicted. The other thing that's also being predicted is the research is another area where a lot of opportunities are going to exist. Then there will be a lot of opportunities in the data related kind of things, data analyst, therefore data scientist kind of positions. The next opportunity is also that not only you are working in legal profession, you can also work in related areas. That's the other opportunity that's going to exist. This is the second thing that you need to know. Basically, you need to understand or you need to be clear which career path you would like to choose. Right now, you may not have clear-cut idea with regard to that. Make a list. These are the options that I would like to exercise. 1, 2, 3 kind of a thing. Your preference or your passion. The third aspect is the program of study. When I say program of study, you already decide to do a law program. Within law program, there are a lot of opportunities that are going to exist. What are those options? You can do a 5-year BA LLB program. It could be BBA LLB program, BSc LLB program. It could be BCom LLB program, or it could be a bachelor's degree in any other field of study, followed by LLB. Therefore, multiple opportunities exist in a program of study. And it's also possible that while doing a BA LLB, you can also do a minor in computer science. You can do a minor in a related area. You can do a minor in your passionate area. Therefore, the integrated kind of programs are possible. A major and a minor are possible. Then there's also possibility of doing a PhD after bachelor's. This is another option which is going to exist. And most importantly, you need to audit your talent. What do I mean by talent? What is the background that you have acquired? What you're good at? Then decide about the program study. Second, the passion for doing a particular program study needs to be analyzed, needs to be listed. This is exactly what you need to do as for the program study is concerned. Then the last aspect related thing is the university of study. Where exactly you would like to do your education. In these years to come, in the future, one of the things that is required is the mind has to be trained for thinking. The mind has to be trained for doing the things more creatively than what we were doing in the past. In other words, it's extremely important for do a study which provides you little bit of flexibility. Therefore, a university which provides you the opportunity to think or learn to think, flexibility of learning, a minor and a major option, a specialization in the program study, an opportunity for interdisciplinary learning with connected concepts in related areas. universities that are ready to experiment is the university which you need to consider. Because any university which is going to experiment and try out new things are the universities which provide a greater opportunity for students to learn, to become a well-rounded legal professional. Why I said these four connected things, which I mentioned in the beginning. Understand a university gives you this kind of flexibility. You need to study a program of study of your choice in that university to get a career path of your choice, which will make you to succeed in the future work environment. That's why I said the work environment, the career path, the program of study, and the university, they are all interrelated. They are dependent on each other. I'm sure the experts would give you enough information about each of the points that I mentioned, provide you enough inputs for you to make an informed choice. I'm sure by the end of this info session, you will have a fair idea to take a decision. If you decide to join a progressive university like Dayanand Sagar, we are extremely happy and we are willing to help you in your career path. Wish you very best of luck and thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this info session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your extremely valuable inputs, which comes from a vast knowledge and most importantly, along with that, the experience of running organizations and dealing with students across so many years. So my friends, before I get into my discussion or talk with you, I would like to again focus on some of the very important pointers that Professor Dr. K.N.B. Murthy, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Dayanand Sagar University, have put forth. Now, since you're in a very crucial stage of your life, you are worried, and I'm sure, if not as much worried as you are, your parents will be even more worried. They're all wondering that, what is our respective sons and daughters will do, and what's the future that lies ahead of them, where to study, etc., etc. Now, under the circumstances, few important points that was raised in this conversation or talk by Professor Dr. Murthy is that, number one, audit your talent. Number two, the passion analysis. And number three, make an informed decision with respect to the university you choose. Auditing your talent is very vital. It's extremely crucial. Why? Because one should know their strengths and respective weaknesses. And based on that, you can really look ahead and look into how you should navigate yourself through the channels of a subject known as law. Passion is extremely important again. Unless you love something, it's very difficult to do something happily, do a work from a point of view of happiness. The emotional quotient is not that high always. So you should identify your passion and your strive, your calling, your inner calling that, I want to be a criminal lawyer. I want to be an IP lawyer. I want to be a media and entertainment lawyer. I want to be an in-house lawyer. I want to be a technology lawyer. There's so many plethora of areas which I shall discuss in the due course of time. And three important pointers that was raised in this particular talk as well: reskilling, upskilling, and transformational learning. I repeat, I reiterate, valuable three important pointers: reskilling, upskilling, and most importantly, transformational learning. At times, we have to unlearn what we have learned, and at times, we have to be open to learning a lot of new things, and which are new maybe at the moment, but won't be new in the due course of time. On that note, friends and my fellow and my dear law aspirants. This is Shavik Roy. Well, I'm the Dean Associate Professor with Dayanand Sagar University School of Law. What I'll be discussing with you is that since I have been into your shoes a while back, so I can be a little bit empathetic towards your needs. I can be a little bit more empathetic. I remember I use the word empathy and not sympathy towards what you're thinking, and putting myself into your shoes, looking into the future ahead. And that's precisely what I thought of doing today. Remember, today we are in that day and age where even socializing happens online, where even playing games happen online, where even, I'm sure many of you and most of you are very smart people, you'll be aware, even the court proceedings are happening online. So in that day and age, we have already moved into, and it will only grow bigger in this days and years to come. Post-COVID, kind of a new world order has set in, and we have become much more flexible with technology. Even the games that you see, the IPL and other games, the AFC Cup, India playing against various teams and franchisees. Even the commentators who are doing the sports commentary, quite a few of them across various channels are doing their commentary from home. So work from home has become literally a work from home. A match is taking place at, say, a Wankhede. A person sitting here in Bangalore is doing the commentary of that match, and it's just channelized and live telecasted to all of you, and you guys are watching it. Well, all that I'm trying to say is we are in that day and age where you just have to open your phone and talk to Google Assistant or Siri or Alexa and say, play this song by Arijit Singh, or play this particular innings of Virat Kohli if a Royal challenges Bangalore against Kolkata Knight Riders. And immediately all the search options come and you just click and it's on. So therefore, remember, these are not just stray talks, but these are very fundamental to your learning, my friends, because you are making a decision. And I am going to just say that what all are the basis on which you should make a decision to Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir's third point pertaining to the university of selection, the selection of the university, pardon me for that. And on that note, I have a small presentation which I will put forth.
Pallavi, you can stop the screen sharing. Yes, Abhi, over to you.
Yes, sir. Well, of course, our university, it's a 60, 70-year-long university. It has got a rich heritage and culture that's running and it's ingrained into our system. And of course, the School of Law is the newest entity on the block, and it houses more than 18,000 students. It has got hospitals for its name. The group is a group which has got a legacy of its own, and we are situated here in the Silicon City of India, which is Bengaluru. Now, my friends, my dear law aspirants, you are at the cusp of a decision making. You have decided that you will take up law. That's sure. Wonderful. Kudos to that, because you are joining my club, and high five to all of you all on that note. But now the thing is, you are aspiring to become a lawyer, a law professional, a legal professional, and you would want to get enrolled in a 5-year law program. Most of us do that. Even I have done the same. But my point is, when you look for that program, what is exactly that you're looking at from the point of view of a law aspirant? Because you need to think of yourself not in 2022. I repeat, all of you who are listening to me, hear this very carefully. You are not looking yourself or you're not looking at a standing for your own in 2022. No, you are looking for something in 2027. That is your 5 years of law starting from this year in a few months' time or a couple of months' time. And it ends in 2027. And subsequent to that, 2030, 2040, 2050, 2060, etc., etc., etc. Now, under the circumstances, it's not only about taking up law, it's also about choosing a correct curriculum, a correct university which provides you with all the necessary assistance to make you relevant in 2027, to make you relevant in 2030, to make you relevant in 2040, to make you relevant in 2050 and beyond. Of course, you have to self-learn, you have to self-develop and all of that. It's a constant. But here the focus is very simply that what is it that we are looking ahead? What is it that you should and you must look into while choosing a university? That's my talk to you here. There are nth number of private universities and other national law universities, etc., etc., etc. Now, the thing is, when you're looking for a law curriculum, these days you'll just take your Android mobile phone or your Apple iPhone or Google, etc., and then just go to iOS or Android and make those searches, and there's a list of universities that come, and there is information boom. So there is no doubt of information. Today you will just Google a question and throw it up that this is universities offering this. It's right there. But despite that, there is something called informed choice. Exercising an informed choice is very fundamental. You should have the requisite information in depth, and I'll just tell you the process how to get that information. So my pitch is plain and simple, that what had I been in your place, if I've just coming out of school +2 12th standard and looking into law, what should I do and where should I take admission and what are the things I should look into? I'll just talk about that here. As simple as that, nothing more, nothing less either. So first thing that I would have done in your place, just out of +2, I have a passion for law. I would love to get into law. I know law has got extremely amazing opportunities in the years to come, and it already has a lot. Number one is innovative curriculum and quality faculty members. Now, let me tell you, I put strung both the pieces together here. You might have a great curriculum, you might not have a good pool of faculties, then the knowledge doesn't get imparted in the correct manner. Or you can also have a decent curriculum, wonderful faculties, the knowledge gets imparted, but is it good enough that good curriculum will hold you in a good state in the years to come? My friends, the answer to that is not enough. You can always self-develop. Yes, you will do it. I know. You guys are smart. You guys are extremely hardworking. You guys are passionate, and you know where you belong. You're much more receptive and upfront and modern when it comes to technology and all of that. But still, if you're looking into the amount of investment that you're doing for your 5 years of law, and there is a study I read recently which says that that legal education has risen as in gone up by 400% during this past quarter, and that's no joke. So therefore, your ROI, you have to think about it. You should get the best curriculum possible, and when I say best curriculum, there are two things you look into it. One, a curriculum which is futuristic. Number two, a curriculum that gives you a lot of choice. I repeat, a curriculum which is futuristic. Number two, a curriculum that gives you a whole lot of choice. And along with that, what you do research, like what I did when I did my law, I did my master's from University of London, and I had this wonderful opportunity to interact with Stephen Bracolakis, was my professor there, etc., etc. I looked into all the universities that were there, and I just had to make a choice that, what are the choices that are being offered? Am I getting the curriculum that I really want? And who is teaching it? If the two joins, this 180 degree line is formed, this is alignment that is there, you are set. You are right there, my friends. You have just gotten to your space. Now, with so many universities, you should look into what are the futuristic tools, methods the university are applying? What are the choice-based credit that the university is applying? Is the university forcing you? It is very well possible, and it happens. Let me tell you this. All of you who are here right now in this online webinar, most universities will throw it to you that these are the papers and you have to read this along with law, because you're studying law, so you have to study law. There is no get away from that. But along with law, it's a BA LLB you're talking about, BBA LLB you're talking about, BSc LLB you're talking about. So I am talking about more of a liberal studies. I'm not talking about just BA, just BBA. No, I'm talking about something of a greater choice, so that you have the autonomy. I repeat the word, you have the autonomy as a student. You are a grown-up individual and you should have the choice. And the university that you will select should give you that choice. Oh, you want to do this? I have this many in option. I have these all options. You come, pick and choose, and you do your law as well. And that is what we call amalgamation of liberal arts and managerial studies with law, which makes us interdisciplinary in the times and days to come. And quality of the faculties. Now, today, there are nth number of law schools, nth. You'll miss the count. You'll miss the count probably with respect to how many national law schools we have in the country, isn't it? But then, which are the universities or law schools with difference? That's something very fundamental that you should be knowing. Quality of faculties, the pool of faculty members is very important there. Are they coming from a good quality educational background? I'm not saying quality always means a foreign education background. No, I'm from University of London. I'm a merit holder, but I'm not saying that. A good quality Indian degree is amazing. They do wonders. They're one of the best. But even people are coming with London University, Oxford, Cambridge, and other places. Then that is something you should clearly look into. That, what are the faculty profiles that are there, that are available? And what is the experience of those faculties? Where have they taught before? How are they teaching? So, this gives you an idea of what is coming your way in the next 5 years. So you're making a choice, no? So you should make a choice based on the fact that the next 5 years should be very fruitful. Next 5 years, you want to interact with these people inside the classroom. Hopefully there is no COVID, jokes apart, fingers crossed. And these are the people who will interact in your classroom. Today, you would see that, oh, this professor teaches something to do with technology in this X university. That professor teaches criminal law and Indian penal code. He talks about murder, culpable, homicide, theft, dacoity, etc. Oh, this person has. So this is something you have to acquire the information. You are the one. And based on that, you make a decision. Point number 2. Technology empowered courses. Very fundamental. We are in that day, we are in that age where technology is a part of our lives. It's omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. That's almost like, saying that it has become godly because God Almighty, we say this, omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. And on that note, you get up from the bed to you sleep, technology, you're rounded with technology. And therefore, are these universities, and technology will play an even more vital role in the days and years to come. So today you're paying money through Google Pay, Phone Pay, and other online apps, right? Today you ask your seniors or your family members taking loan and all of that, they happen online. Let me tell you, today there is no, you're using your phone, you're using Facebook, you're using Instagram, you're using WhatsApp and Snapchat and so many other things. What are you using essentially, my friends? Technology, right? The law will be there and it's bound to be there because that's the course that you have all signed up for. So things like Civil Procedure Code, Criminal Procedure Code, Indian Penal Code, then Evidence Act, Indian Contract Act, Interpretation of Statutes, Law of Torts, Motor Vehicles Act, and on and on and on, constitutional law. It will go on. Those things are there. But the thing is, you need much more and beyond. Like, this author and poet T.S. Eliot said that, the old dispensation needs to go. So when I say this, even Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir had mentioned that new things are coming up, and it will only come up and new opportunities will open up. Some old will go, but some will still be relevant, along with newer opportunity, newer pastures, newer green field for you lawyers to seize the opportunity, as you and as if you can only do it as this first come first serve basis. So you should be in that process, because remember, you are entering into a law curriculum post COVID. I hope you realize that. And therefore, the world has already seen a humongous transition in terms of how work should take place and how important technology is. Now, I don't need to talk about technology. You all know it. Currently, I'm talking to you, interacting with you is because of technology, as simple as that. We are not face to face physically in front of each other. Then you should definitely, the third point and very important point you should look into is, does this particular law school, the university, that organization, or rather the institution, the academic institution, does it have enough industry focused research, innovation labs? Now, when I'm talking about, choosing a law, I'm not talking about this islands of excellence in law. And how far they can be islands, I don't know. There's a question mark. But when you talk about university is more of a powerful tool, because in a university, law is not the only program that runs. A university comprises of very many faculties from various fields. You talk about artificial intelligence, you talk about machine learning, AI, ML, robotics, etc., cyber crimes, cyber security. At a university level, there will always be faculties and quality faculties. If you are going to some really quality institutions and you are looking into it, who will be teaching those courses. And just imagine if you, the law aspirants, you get the opportunity in the next 5 years to get the best out of both worlds, the industry driven, the research, this thing that is already set up in the university and from the law faculties as well. Just think for yourself. I don't need to tell you anything. I will definitely not tell you anything. You think for yourself how well a situation in which you will be placed, and you will get an edge over the others. Because let me be very straight and upfront, it is a rat race. And there is competition. There is no two ways about that. And it is, and it will remain to be there. And it is going to get more fierce in the days and years to come. That's there and it's there. It is what it is. Now, under the circumstances, you are fighting to be relevant over and above others, not only today, but in the years to come. So if you choose something, you have to choose something which will put you apart from the rest, be it your immediate seniors, be it your contemporaries, or be it the ones who will join later, like next year, 10 years down the line. That is extremely fundamental, my friend. And that's why you look into universities and law schools and or organizations and institution which has strong industry connects, which has got this extreme outlook towards research, innovation. If it does, it means you students will reap the benefits, the fruits you are going to eat, provided, of course, you are also proactive, provided, of course, you are also serious, provided, of course, you have the energy and the zeal that I will also do it. I will equally want to do it. The universe conspires, and meeting of minds, meeting of souls, union of you and the institution put together, you come out as a market ready product. because hands-on learning, practical learning is the key. And the last part, the last circle that you see, it says cutting edge specializations. Yes, I mean, there's nothing more important than that. When I say this, remember, constitutional law, criminal law, are they going out of date? No, they're not. They will never. Do you not have to learn contracts, offer, acceptance, consideration? What is coercion, undue influence in contract? What is vis major, act of God? You will learn every bit of it. You people are smart, and therefore I use these terms because I know all of you who are doing all this law prep and all this thing. No, you guys are aware of this words: negligence, nuisance. Will they go away? Will they vanish? No. But the modus operandi, the mode of operation of new age problems will be a little bit different, along with the old problems that will exist. And whenever there is a problem, there are lawyers, because there is a law and people will come to you. So when I talk about cutting edge specializations, which I shall get into in the due course of time, remember, over and above and beyond the law specializations in terms of technology, specialization in terms of finance, fintech, managerial roles, these are extremely fundamental. These are extremely important. So that is something you should look into, navigate into, and therefore look into these various universities, those programs which are there. When I talk about unique course offerings, this is precisely like Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. K.N.B. Murthy has already focused at how law courses take place in India. So these are the three major ways you look into a course of law: BA LLB honors, BBA LLB honors, LLB. This is a 3-year program, but for your relevance, it's the 5 years that you're looking into. Of course, it's BA LLB and BBA LLB, which are the ones which are most sought after. But my idea is to think that which institution gives you more choice, so that BA LLB doesn't get only limited to BA LLB, but it opens up the horizon for liberal arts. Similarly, the BBA LLB should not just keep it to BBA and BBA core, it should open up the horizon for you for interdisciplinary management studies. It means you have more choices. It means you have more choice to exercise. It means you can curate. I use the word again, C-U-R-A-T-E, curate. You can actually curate a course, a situation as per your choice. Coming back, innovative interdisciplinary curriculum. Now, what happens is, like the top universities, the big university, they have this strength of offering courses by various schools, which I was talking to you as interdisciplinary and innovative curriculum, like interdisciplinary studies. You talk about liberal arts, management studies, and see schools of engineering, management, journalism, design, medicine, they can offer courses. There's a basket that they will offer. How many in India are offering that? You should look into that. You should look a peep into it at depth, and then take an informed call, and also look into that, are they offering things like STS, science and technology studies abroad? It is prevalent. It looks into various aspects of anthropology, BA, basic core papers, and the science of engineering, science of technology, post-colonial science, gender and science, and how it's more on the lines of anthropology. These are the things that, if it offers, it gives you much more clarity at a very young age. At the very beginning of your law curriculum, you get a perspective which maybe most of the universities across India are still not providing you with. So you should look into such things. It's not a mandatory. The choice is yours. Right to life, right to choice, Article 21 of the Indian Constitution, Bharatiya Samvidhan. So, but if you feel it's important, then you should definitely go for it and make that necessary research. Foreign language offerings, because in this day and age, it's not only about national lawyering. It's also about transnational lawyering. You have UN conventions, you have United Nations, various projects coming up. So it has opened up, the field has opened up so much. And my importance on law and technology can never go, less noticed. You people should be in a position after 5 years of law where you can have your own startup studio, where you can have a startup or an entrepreneurial venture of your own, which deals with technology. You can give so much to the society. You can bring so much to the platter, be a consultant, and you earn in crores with all this top multinationals. Is the university or the organization or the institution, do they have that frame of mind? Do they have that kind of vision, so to speak, to engage the students in such activities or expose them at the BA, LLB, BBA, LLB level? The career pathways that I was talking about, I've already spoken. Technology, entrepreneurship, finance, critical legal studies, law and policy. All these are new career pathways, which is not to say the old pathways are gone. They are there. They're very much there. They're very important. And they're a must, because that's where the basics of law is. If you don't have your basics correct, it will sound like an empty vessel makes more noise. But the thing is, in today's day and age, when you are talking about things like digitization of money, documents, etc., digital infrastructure, device penetration, let me tell you, my friends, these ventures becomes very important. These pathways become extremely important. Now, if you tell me, sir, will you be teaching me technology? Of course not. But if you are going into a correct institution, you have those specific people who are stalwarts, who are brilliant in their field, and they will amalgamate technology into the curriculum. And then you learn the law, and there is this intercourse of law and technology put together, and that intercourse will make you the lawyer that you are. Same with entrepreneurship, same with finance, critical legal studies. They're looking into law from the perspective of social standpoint, looking into aspect of law and policy from the point of view of think tanks. Today, if you're using a drone, is a drone allowed to be used without any interference of the law? Drone is a technology. Drone technology is there, right? AI, ML, robotics, Internet of Things. But does it mean that we can use it anytime? Just do a shot? No, it doesn't work like that. You have to take prior intervention from the local police. So, there's a lot of things today. The fact that, privacy has become such a concern. You're using Instagram, you're using social media apps, but how much of our personal life or e-life, electronic life, is already through to those vendors? Who are the ones who are dealing with it? You, the future lawyers who will deal with it. You are the ones who will handle it for your clients, for your companies, for whosoever. Now, these are the career opportunities, and it goes on and on and on. Like litigation, of course, it's there, judiciary, government services, that will remain to be there. Research and academics, let me tell you, my friends, is again a very exciting area of law right now. So many universities in India, law has become a hot cake of a subject or a stream for people to take. We need teachers, we need professors, we need new researchers, we need young blood who would come and infuse that, new energy into the system. You do your master's, you do your PhD, and then get into it. If you want, you can do your postdoctorate also. But for that, for 5 years law, you have to complete first. And this, if not, you can look into positions at United Nations, intellectual property, there's copyright issues that is there. There are patent issues that are there. Like I was talking about, you should look for institution where they have this entire base, they have a good research center. If there is a good research center inside the institution, they will definitely need lawyers. Be rest assured. It happens here in DSU as well. And who will help? Hands-on internship, hands-on learning. It's you, because you are the ones who are dealing with law. The scientists will research, And you will think about, oh, okay, this has been formed. Okay, can this be patented? Is it a product patent? Is it a process patent? There is a prior art. There's something already there. Is it against the sociological and the ecosystem? The ecosystem of learning becomes very vibrant. And since you have a lot of choice, it becomes much more like, for you to enjoy the studies. Entrepreneurship, again, media, entertainment, sports law, legal journalism, there's so many things into it, data protection officer, and it just widens up and re-emphasizes what our Honorable Vice Chancellor just said at the very beginning, isn't it? Look for the location of it. I mean, not that an organization or an institution not located in a prime city won't stand out to be good. No, not at all. But remember, with law comes internships. Very important. So if you are looking into a place of study, yes, the organization, the institution, the school, the university, whichever nomenclature you use is extremely important, and give a thought to the opportunities that place, that city, that state provides you with. Are there law firms there? Are there enough entrepreneurship happening there? Are they connected to this thing? If yes, you know where your calling is. Because at times what happens is locational disadvantage can cause a lot of disruption to the best of students, no matter how good you are. Of course, you can climb up the ladder, you can do it, you can travel and all of that. Yes, you guys are smart, everybody does it and they will do it. Still, having a locational advantage in terms of the situational juxtapositioning of a university is also somewhere important, because with that comes a lot of big top-notch companies, law firms, organizations with which universities and you people can have tie-ups, come up with proposals for projects, come for guest lectures. Some top-notch people from India would come and they will just, give you hands-on learning. So that opportunity needs to be looked into as well. So on that note, there's a lot that I've spoken, I suppose. I don't want to bore you. My entire endeavor was very simple. It was just to put myself into your shoes and just look at it, look at law from the point of view of someone who's a law aspirant and who'd want to do law, and what should you do, or what are the things that you should or you must look into in order to take your course ahead. So now, friends, feel free if you have any kind of question. We have Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, we have Mr. Shinde, who is the admissions program in charge and the chief of Dayanand Sagar University here. And of course, I'm also there, so we can have a discussion. If you have anything, query, please feel free to get back to me, to us, and we'll be more than happy to settle your queries.
Right, students, if you have any queries, you can put it in the Q&A box. We now open up the session for the Q&A. Due to limitations, we will not be able to unmute the participants. But yes, you have the availability of putting in your questions in the Q&A box, and we will make sure that we attempt to all the questions. We would just like to apologize that there were two of our very, very senior people who were supposed to join us, but there has been a medical emergency with one of them, and there is a bit of heavy rains happening in one part of Bangalore, due to which there is a power outrage, and Professor Nandimat from the National School of Law, University of Bangalore, who could not join us, though he tried to do it from his mobile, but due to very less power available in the mobile, he could not join us. But we promise you that we will have another session available where we will have all the corresponding guest speakers available to chat with you and give you different perspectives. So yes, if you have any queries, please put it in the Q&A box. Q&A box is open. You can now put in your questions. In fact, Souvik, since you are used to taking a lot of webinars, a lot of interaction with students, what according to you are the most common questions that come in from students who are aspiring to take up law as the career, given a choice between a BBA or a B or maybe a BA available? Any kind of very generic questions that has always popped up in all the seminars, maybe you could share that with the students along with your perspective for it.
Right. So, yeah, absolutely, Mr. Shinde. I think like one question that comes out often, like there are quite a plethora of questions, because that, students are often a little bit confused as to, like, which way to take the law up, like in the form of BA or a BBA. Now, let me tell you, in that case, I always say that, follow your passion. And also at the same time, don't be a fool. I repeat, follow your passion, but don't be a fool. Why do I say that? That following passion is amazing, it's great, but you should know your limitations as well. So once you know your limitations, that, I am good at this. Now, say for instance, I know that, so if I was never good in maths, like mathematics and me are like North Pole and South Pole, to say the least. Now, in such a situation, just imagine my fellow law aspirants, had I taken up something like stat maths, where would I have been in today? Nowhere, no. So therefore, please be very careful when you choose this BA or a BBA. Why? Because not every university will offer you the kind of range that, I put forth. So that's very far and few in between. That's number one. Number two is assess your strength and weakness. If you really have something that, that gets you going, and then, the law will remain as it is, you should always go for that. But at the same time, be very open when it comes to your ideas, be open with your mind, and be very receptive. Don't be closed, shut it down. No, don't be. Because this is the age where you people are smart, young people who are like, out there in the market, and you people are extremely bright. So you should take up the challenge, knowing your limitations, that, this is what I want to do. So let me do something in legal journalism. Go for it. Today, I'll just give you a small instance, my friends, if you're listening to me. So today in the newspapers, oftentimes I see words like, this person has been murdered, that person has been assaulted. Now, see, I teach criminal law, so I know the basic nuances of it. Now, I know for a fact that what is actually murder is actually culpable homicide amounting to murder. And they say that, I've been charged under 302. The answer is not 302. 302 is the punishment section of Indian Penal Code. Okay. But the actual section is section 300, read with section 302. Now, just imagine, I'm just talking about legal journalism. If someone of you who's interested, passionate, who's good in writing, and who has a lot of this thing about news and all, you go into it. Go for it, because you will make a difference, because you will not say this in a particular news channel, not taking any names. They say that assaulted. What is assaulted? What is the meaning of assault? Is there a difference between assault and criminal force in law? Yes, there is. There are two different sections altogether. But there is lack of knowledge, dearth of knowledge. You plug in, you bridge those gaps, and you make it much more realistic and in a right sense of the term law. Because law is something, today, this person did this, and therefore this particular law is applicable. Law is very loosely used. And that's why the importance of law is somewhat diminished also. It's for us to ensure them that, law is not as loose as you think it to be. It is very specific. It doesn't come like that. So, Shinde sir, so this is something I found very interesting, that oftentimes they're confused and they look into it. They should pursue their passion, and especially if the university is providing for such opportunities.
Got it. I think that's one of the most common today. Some of the parents have put across to us,
right,
that we want to make law as a career, but then since the child has just passed his arts or his commerce, and we want to make sure that we get into law, then what would be the best way? And then the child actually looks at what is it that has been discussed between the parent and the university, and that is what he lands up taking. But then what about the flexibility in terms of availability for a child to think about it? Second, this query, if you see now, design your own curriculum, where we say humanities is available, design is available, journalism is available, or management is available today as a choice to students. So how would you guide the students in terms of looking at the fundamental courses? Though I need to look at the LLB course, even whether I take the BA LLB route or I take the BBA route. BBA is more of an interdisciplinary with the business studies, more of the business studies.
Right.
But then if I am an aspirant and assume that I have done my science or I have done my arts, and how would today a multidisciplinary approach benefit a student? I as a student, how will it benefit me by the term multidisciplinary?
Multidisciplinary is the word, and I'm telling you, this is not a word, my fellow law aspirants. This is a very important question, and you should pay a lot of importance to this. Why? Because this multidisciplinary word is now oftentimes very abused and misused. But trust me, this is very important. Like I told you, you have to be relevant not in 2022. You have to be relevant in 2027, after 5 years, when you graduate from a law school. And then the rest of your life, the next 5 years will pave the way for the next 50 years of your life, if not more. Okay, may you have a long life. Now, therefore, under the circumstances, you have to understand that today media and entertainment law is there, sports law is there, sports contract is there. Today, if someone is singing a song and you feel that that song has been lifted from elsewhere, you call it plagiarism. Copyright law is there. So today, if you have done BSc, like, Mr. Shinde asked me right now. So yes, there are institutions that might offer BSc curriculum. And therefore, you should look into organization with offers and they have a pedigree attached to it. So say, for instance, when you're talking about universities, which are already reputed in the field of engineering, science, management, computer studies, it means they already have a repute, a legacy, a history, a tradition attached to it. And with that comes a pool of core faculties who are very good at it and who are teaching it for years. Now, when you step into that kind of an organization or an institution, then you find the best of both worlds: law faculties, artificial intelligence or a robotics faculty, etc. And then life becomes, an open arena of opportunities for you. Now, in the years to come, cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, gene editing and sequencing, artificial intelligence, energy storage, battery technology, marketing, sales and technology equipment, business development, these are the things that will take over. It already is. In absentia, on behalf of Professor O.V. Nandimat, the professor of NLSIU Bangalore, he said that, there was this particular article that he read, or there's something that came in the newspaper and said that, times are changing. In fact, for that matter, times are not changing. It has already changed and it will change even more. So there is a paradigm shift. I use the word PARADIGM, paradigm shift. You are a part of that particular shift. Hence, if you're someone who's interested in BSc, wonderful, great, come ahead, take law, be that, all-in-one person who knows the science, the technology part and the law part, and you are an army on your own. And that's the, the positive that you have from interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary studies in an organization or in an institution, so to speak. Shinde sir.
Yeah. So that's it. I'm seeing that none of the students are putting up any queries. Maybe either all of their queries are resolved, or probably they may want to take some time. Maybe in the next session when we do it for the law prep tutorials from Ranchi, where we have close to 100 students. I think currently about 30 students are there online with us, which means we will have another program with them. Let me also tell all of the students, we are also coming up with a mock test series for you. It won't be a series, it will be a single mock test, which we are arranging for you at your center at Ranchi. Our people from Bangalore will travel, or our people from our Patna office will travel there and will conduct the mock test for you. And then we will have a small interaction with the faculties based on your completion of the paper. We will bring it back to Bangalore, and then we will have some kind of a guidance session to students. And if you have any queries, yes, the email IDs are also being shared with you. It's available with your coordinators from your tutorial classes. You could also get in touch with us at this number 080-4646-1800, or just log into our website dsu.edu.in. You will be able to see a host of details available under the School of Law. And as he rightly pointed out, this is a science and technology infused into the program, because we are looking at preparing you for 2027 when you move out to the corporates in terms of jobs, not in terms of 2022 or 2023 for a job. So when you look at futuristic, you need to be clear. You need to understand. You need to attend a lot of these kind of sessions to know where exactly is this law industry moving, so that you are one of the few who are in demand. So if you prepare today for the areas which are going to be in demand tomorrow, you will be the first one to be picked up, whether you start your own activity or whether you get into a law firm. Even law firms are going to keep upgrading and looking out for youngsters who come with these kind of prerequisites of science and technology, or a multidisciplinary or a technology infused programs where we have a tech savvy lawyer. So with this, let me thank all the students from the law prep tutorial from Ranchi. We would like to thank you for giving us your time and allowing Dayanand Sagar University School of Law to present its thoughts to you. In the next session that we shall have, which we will communicate with your tutorials people, where we will have a larger segment available from your side. We shall also by that time have the other two professors with us, wherein you can see a broader perspective of the topics that we were not able to touch today. So thank you for your time. I would like to thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, for his time. And a special thanks to Professor Souvik Roy for his time.
Thank you.
To share the details of a tech-enabled law and the kind and the progress which is taking place today in the area of law to prepare you for the best kind of jobs that will be available by 2026. With this, we take your permission to sign off. Thank you so much once again, and we look forward to seeing you in the next session. Thank you so much. Over to you, Pallavi. You could play the video.
It's already late. Where's Arjun?
He's looking for universities, right? Maybe he's held up there.
You look so tense. By the way, did you get to choose the university?
No, I'm unable to find an university that meets my requirements.
Whoa. Meet your requirements? What exactly are you looking for?
I'm looking for a place that gives me an opportunity to grow, to excel, to invent, and to innovate. I want to be a part of an institution that paves my way to discover myself and to witness the world moving forward in technology. I want to go to a place that sets a futuristic pattern of education filled with ideas and radical performances. Basically, I want to live my dream.
Dayanand Sagar University. Live the dream.
Thank you so much, Pallavi. Over and out.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.